So we're here at Holly LS Fest. We've got the car unloaded. We're ready to make some passes. So far, we've completed the car in the timeline that we wanted. We made some horsepower with it. We took it to the track to do some shakedowns, but nothing quite official yet. Today, we're gonna find out if we can run the number.
If you don't gap your spark plugs, you get the gap.
So we are headed up to the staging lanes to make our first pass. We left a tune-up in it that we had from testing. So we are hoping it's going to go A to B, run faster than 899. The track should be good. We're running after the stock block shootout category, so the track is normally prepped the best for that class. So our chances are good. The weather's nice, it's cool. The sun's not out making the track hot and sticky or anything like that. So far, it's a great turnout. LS Fest is packed this year. There are tons of awesome cars. We just want to get in where we fit in and have some fun.
Pushing? Yeah, pushing. Yeah, quite a bit.
So we just got done making the first pass of the day. It didn't go quite as planned. Started off really sketchy. We went to fire the car up to go to the starting line and it wouldn't start.
The car was built in less than 9 days.
Of course, you know, in front of a packed house with the announcer talking about the car and it doesn't start. We got it started eventually using a jump box. The car launched well, but it immediately started breaking up. We don't know if it's because of the electrical issue with the battery really not having enough juice or something like that. We've pulled the data log to see kind of what's going on. We're trying to cool the car down so we can pull the spark plugs and take a look at those as well. It did end up going 990 at 114 miles an hour with Bob letting out of it well before the finish line. Went 460 foot, which isn't great, but not terrible either. Hopefully we can get this figured out before we go up for the second run and we can run the number the next time.
So the two things we've changed from the last time is that we drained the fuel. It's got fresh fuel in it from Meyer. And we changed spark plugs, and now it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if that, what the E85 content is, if that fuel's poor.
It's 67, which it had a little bit of pump gas left in it. And usually if you're over 65, 60%, you're golden.
It is tight.
Okay.
I can touch it. So the other option, we could pump this out, just go get a can.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Or 2 cans of Race E85, just to
eliminate that.
Yeah, we only have so many shots here.
Right.
So
I wonder if we could get it out somewhere and just go make a couple licks. Off to the dyno. Pass 2 obviously didn't go as planned either. One of the issues that we have, we didn't really find a smoking gun. We found a loose ground, we pulled all the plugs, checked the wires, everything looked okay. Runs okay at idle, revs up clean, but under load, it was breaking up. So we brought it back to the pits. We pulled all the plugs again, checked all the wires, put a brand new set of plugs in them, re-gapped them, checked them again. It pays to know people and to be friendly with people because they're letting us use their dyno here so we could actually make a test pass on the dyno versus wasting our third and final pass of the day to go see if it's actually fixed. So just to recap, we drained the fuel, put fresh Renegade Race E85 in it. I got rid of the pump E85 just in case we got a bad batch of fuel. New spark plugs again, checked all the grounds, went over all the wiring, make sure we don't have anything loose or coming apart, and we're hoping we have it fixed, maybe. Well, so stay tuned, we'll find out here in a minute on the dyno.
pass number 3. We've had issues all day. We haven't ran the number yet. We've made quite a few changes. We put it on the dyno to test it. It made 915 on the dyno here at the wheels. So hopefully this pass will be the one for us. I'm praying this goes well. No, I don't want to be filmed right now. This is BS. The car runs great, missed the shift, and goes 9.1. If it made the shift, it definitely would have ran 890. You're still filming me, and I'm still pissed off, Chris.
Well, yesterday we rode the struggle bus pretty hard. We did change 2 things from the last time of testing. We put brand new spark plugs in the car, and we drained the fuel and put fresh fuel into it. First pass, obviously it broke up. Second pass, we thought we found a loose ground that might have been the issue. It broke up. Since then, obviously we drained the fuel, put fresh Race 85 in it. We put another brand new set of spark plugs in, even though they looked fine. And we went and hit the dyno, and everything seemed good. Went under the lights. It left good, didn't break up, went smooth. The air shifter failed to work for some reason. Bob grabbed the shifter, went first to third. Still went a 916 at over 150 miles an hour, so we know the car's got it. So I went to bed actually feeling pretty good, even though we didn't get our 8-second pass yesterday, but I'm very confident if everything goes right, we'll get it first thing today. So went to bed feeling good, woke up feeling pretty okay.
Shifting issue figured out. It's just a little move of the cable. Tested it 27 times last night and it worked every time. So it probably won't work on this pass, but we'll see. If it leaves like it did last night, maybe it'll go an 80, 880, something, maybe. I don't know. Fantastic. That was way better than we thought it was going to run. We would love to see 80s out of this thing. It went 91 in testing. So this pass, very exciting. We think there's probably some more in it. After the successful pass earlier today, we got a little excited, hit up our buddy Shane at Chaotic Speed to work out a little grudge race with his big wheel car known as the Bill Collector. This thing makes a ton of horsepower. It's powered by a Steve Morris SML twin turbo deal. We're hoping, since he's on a big wheel, he won't get away from us, but it should be a somewhat close race, we hope. So we'll see what happens.
We've been leaving at half throttle and kind of rolling into the throttle so we don't kick the tire on it. We're definitely going to go full throttle. Yesterday on the dyno with the Race 85, we found a little bit of power. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more timing into the engine. That it made the peak power on yesterday on the dyno to see if we could pick up a little bit of ET and mile an hour. And apparently somebody was running their mouth, and we have a grudge race with probably the world's fastest donk. So I don't know who's paying the $5,000 bill on that one, but we might be eating steak tonight.
As long as it doesn't spin, I think it'll be a good race. He's definitely gonna mile an hour us, so he's gonna have to run us down. So we'll get him out of the hole for sure. So again, as long as it doesn't spin. But either way, I think it's gonna be a close race. His is turned down.
Ours is turned up.
And ours is turned up. So we'll see what happens.
That was pretty wild. As you probably saw, it put it on the bumper almost. Actually, it did. There was some scrapes and sparks. It was a good race. We knew we could out 60 foot him, but he would freight train us out the back. He just makes way more power than we do. We'll have to go look at the time slip and see how close the race was. It looked like it was fairly close, but it was a good race. We had fun. So it's Sunday here at LS Fest. We're wrapping up the weekend. We're wrapping up Project 899. So to recap our project, we started with a 1969 Camaro rolling chassis. It had a cage in it, but that was really about it. From there, we added our late model engines, L8T with a Whipple supercharger, ATI Turbo 400, strange rear end, QA1 suspension, Mickey Thompson tires, RC component wheels. Really built a really nice race car. The goal was to do it in 9 days. We were able to build the car, get it on the dyno, take it to the track, and even test it all in those 9 days. So we were super stoked about that. On the dyno, we met our goal of at least 899 horsepower. We made 901 at Big Three's dyno. It was admittedly a heartbreaking Mustang dyno and a little stingy with the horsepower numbers. Here at LS Fest, we put it on their mobile chassis dyno, and it made 915 pretty easily. So we're confident the thing makes a ton of power. In testing, we were able to actually get our goal of 899 or quicker in the quarter mile. We went 891. So we knew the car could do it. We essentially had met all of our goals in that 9-day period. We brought it to LS Fest to showcase it to the biggest LS gathering in the country, really. So couldn't be happier with the way the car performed in front of the big crowd here at LS Fest. So happy we talked Shane Speed from Chaotic Speed into a little grudge race with a donk. His car makes a ton of power and is super fast, and it was a good, interesting little grudge race. The crowd was all for it. We did a big wheelie, barely lost to him. Can't be mad about it. You know, that car's super fast, but all in all, you know, this weekend turned out to be a huge success. We met all of our goals for the car. Really can't wait to do the next one. If you like this type of content, please go check out our Power and Performance YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next project.